Greetings, my friends. Welcome back. Today I have a really twisty, spicy, heated flow for you guys that I think that you're really gonna love. So go ahead and grab your water and any props that you need to help support you in your practice today, and meet me on the mat when you're ready. We're gonna start in child's pose, balasana pose. You can take a wild child's pose or a narrow child's pose. And go ahead and walk the fingers out in front of you, really hollowing out through the armpits, driving them down towards the ground. You can rest your forehead on the floor and take a deep breath in through the nose and let it out through the mouth. Another deep breath in through the nose, feeling the belly expand against the thighs, releasing it through the mouth. Last one, feeling the whole belly, the chest, and letting it all go. Take a moment to check in with your body, check in with your mind, your spirit. Just take note of how you're feeling. Maybe it's the first check-in all day. Then rise up to tabletop, knees under hips, hands underneath shoulders. Go ahead and drop the belly, look up, flick the tailbone to the sky, and go ahead and tuck the toes as well, opening the chest towards the front of the room. And then exhaling, rounding the back, mad cat, pushing the ground away, squeezing the glutes forward. Inhaling, rolling the belly low, opening the shoulder girdle, lengthening the chin and the neck. Exhaling to round, gazing between the thighs or at the navel. And then begin to oscillate. Find some flow, some rhythm in this cat-cow. Maybe invite some more forward and backward movement. Maybe some side-to-side movement. Ultimately coming forward, dropping the hips towards the wrist, sending the hips back towards the feet. Really waving, rounding forward through your cat, pushing the spine out, dropping the hips towards the wrist, opening the chest, gazing upward, sending the hips back towards the heels. We'll do that a couple more times. Waving, rippling the spine forward, and flowing back. Feeling one breath for one movement, coming forward, inhaling, exhaling to push back. One more. Inhaling, dropping the hips low, broadening the chest, the shoulders. Exhaling, pushing back. Good. We'll come back to stillness in our tabletop. Bring your right leg out at a right angle, fire hydrant style. We'll just make some big, wide hip circles with that right hip joint. Keeping the weight as centered as possible, not dumping all of the weight into the left leg, and keeping this movement isolated at the joint, the hip socket. We'll rotate the other direction. Inhaling to lift, exhaling to drop. And the next time your hip is lifted, stay here and we'll pulse for 1. Toes will be flexed for 2, for 3, for 4, for 5. Cross the knee behind the left. Sit back in this cow face child's pose variation. Just compressing the hips, bringing the thighs in toward each other, a little counter stretch. Good, come back to tabletop. Other side. Shifting the weight slightly into the left hip, picking up the left knee, circling out for our hip circles. Inhaling to lift, exhaling to drop. You can reverse. And then we'll keep that knee lifted and pulse, keeping the toes flexed for 1, for 2, for 3, for 4, For 5, crossing that knee behind the right, sitting back onto the calves, compressing the legs, breathing deep. Good, we'll come forward. We'll come all the way up onto the knees, lifting the arms overhead, kneeling high mountain. Exhale, take a twist over to your right, gaze behind you. Inhale, arms up, twist to the left. Inhaling, lift, lifting the rib cage up. Exhaling to twist from the navel. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Good, one more. Inhale up, look up. Exhale, twist to the right. Stay here. Drop your left hand down to the ground. Reach the right arm up. And then exhale, thread it underneath the left. Thread the needle. You can drop the shoulder and the right ear down to the mat. Shifting the weight into the right hip to keep the hips squared. Reaching that right arm back up. Sitting up into your twisted kneeling position. Inhale, arms back to center. Exhale, twist over to the left. Stay. Drop your right hand down to the mat. Reach that left arm up before threading it underneath the right shoulder or the right armpit, coming onto the shoulder and the chin, shifting the weight into the left hip to keep them nice and even. Breathing space into the back and to the shoulder blades. Good, inhale that left arm up, reaching up, coming back into your kneeling twist. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, both arms come to the mat. Tabletop, tuck the toes, lifting the hips up, pushing back into your downward facing dog. You can pedal out the feet for a moment, pedal out the hands. And then look in between the hands, step your right foot forward. Inhale, low lunge, hands to the ground. Exhale, step forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back with your right foot, low lunge. Step back, downward facing dog. Good. Left foot forward, low lunge, hands on the ground, peel the chest forward, send the hips low. Exhale, step forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift with a flat back. Exhale, grand the hands, step back, left foot. Hips drop low, peel the chest forward. Step back, downward facing dog. Good, we'll do that one time on each side again. Looking forward, step the right foot forward, drop the hips down and low. Inhale. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step back with the right foot. Send the hips low. Plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward. Drop the hips low. Step forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step back, left foot. Shine the chest forward. Plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out the mouth. Again, deep breath in through the nose. Feel the rib cage expand. Let it out. One more, last one. Deep inhale through the nose. Really push out through the shoulder blades, elongating the back body. Release it through the mouth. Gaze in between your hands. Walk the way to the top of your mat in between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift all the way up with a flat back. Arms overhead, high mountain. Exhale, release the hands by the side. Samastitihi. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. Hug the left leg into the chest. Arms go up. Hug it tight. Go through warrior three. Hands into prayer. Just for a moment, step all the way back to the back of your mat, dropping the back knee down. Arms go overhead, tucking the pelvis, sinking into your low lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, twist. gaze behind you. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist further. Stay here. Drop the left arm down, reach the right arm up, straighten the front leg. Parivrtta Ardha Hanumanasana. Drop the right hip into the socket to really feel that stretch along the IT band. Drop the right hand, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold over this extended leg. Bend into the front leg. Send the left toes out to the right. Grounded warrior 2. Inhale, right arm reaches up. Reverse warrior, stretch the right rib cage. Exhale, plant the right hand on the inside of the foot. Reach the left arm up. Grounded side angle pose. Really push the knee into the tricep into the knee. Come up, warrior 2, arms straighten the front leg. Turn the toes to the side of your space. Ground the left hand, reach the right arm up. Push the hips out. Stargazer's pose. Dip the head back, lean back if that feels good. Take a nice back bend. And then sweep across your space all the way to the toes, sitting back onto the heel. Inhaling to come back up, reaching back, lifting the hips, taking a back bend. Exhale, sweeping across your space towards your toes. Inhaling, coming up, pushing the hips forward. Exhaling to sweep. One more, inhaling to open, really open the chest, open the front sternum. Exhale, sweep all the way around, framing your front foot. Picking up the back knee, coming into plank, taking a knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga dandasana to upward facing dog. Pushing back for downward facing dog. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. Letting it out through the mouth. Again, breathing deeply through the nose. Letting it out. Look in between your hands and make the way to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift all the way up with the flat back. Arms go overhead, high mountain. Exhale, release, samastitihi. Inhale, arms up, hug the right knee into the chest. Coming through warrior 3, taking a big step all the way to the back of your mat. Back knee drops. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, sink the hips down and low. Inhale. Exhale, twist over to your left, gaze behind you. Arms up. Exhale to twist. Inhale to lift, really lift the rib cage out of the body. Exhale to twist. Inhale up. Exhaling to twist. Stay here. Drop the right hand down, reach the left arm up, straighten into the front leg for your Parivrtta Ardha Hanumanasana. Drop the left hip down into the socket, feeling that stretch along the IT band. Staying with the breath. Circle your left arm down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold further over this front leg. Bend into the front leg. Send the right toes out to the left. Come up for your grounded warrior 2. Left arm up, reverse warrior. Feel the expansion in the left rib cage. Left hand plants at the inside of the foot. Right arm reaches up. Side angle pose. Stay here. Take a deep breath. Good. Come up. Warrior 2. Straighten the front leg. Toes turn to the side of your space. Right arm drops down. Left arm reaches up. Hips shine forward to the front of the room. Head drops back. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale. Sweep forward. Touching the toes. Inhaling to lift up. Pushing the hips forward. Opening the rib cage. Exhale to sweep. Inhale to come forward. 2 more. Exhaling. Make it fluid. Make it a little dancey. Make it graceful. 1 more. Exhaling. And inhaling. Good. Exhale, sweep all the way To frame your foot, picking up your back knee, stepping into a plank, taking the vinyasa of your choice. Taking a deep breath in and out. One more, in and out. Look in between your hands, make the way to the top of your mat, hop, step, skip, jump. However you get there, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up, flat back, arms overhead, gaze upward. Exhale, release the hands by the side. Inhale the left leg into the chest, arms lift up. Grab the knee with your right hand. Exhale, the left hand reaches back, gazing behind you with the left thumb, hugging the knee into the chest tightly. Circle the arm forward, hands into prayer, kick the left leg back, warrior three. Use the strength of the back body to lift up the leg and the chest. Step all the way back to the back of your mat, high lunge. Inhaling to lift, exhaling to ground down into your lunge. Exhale, take a twist over to your right, gaze behind you. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Stay. Hook the left knee on, hook the left elbow onto the right knee. Bring the hands into prayer. Use it as an anchor point to help you twist further, gazing behind you. Bring the right hand to the right hip. Extend the left arm out. Gaze towards the ground. See if you can kick the back leg up, either flexing or pointing the toes. And when you have found your balance, you can outstretch that right hand to the sky for Parivrtta Ardha Chandrasana. Take one more breath here, lift a little bit further. Take a big step back, cartwheel your hands all the way to the other side. Star pose, take a big breath in, and then bring the hands to the hips, fold forward, Prasarita Padottanasana. Bring the hands to the mat, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Fold. Again, lift. And fold. Come to the front of your mat, left arm plants, right arm reaches up, easy twist. Come to the knife edge of your back foot. Right foot will be in line with the hip, dropping the hips low, inhaling to lift. Exhale to sink. Inhale to lift the hips, really push into that supporting leg. Exhale to drop. Inhale to lift. Stay. Come to stand all the way on the supporting leg, all 10 toes face forward. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Pyramid pose. We are very high onto the back toes. Come up to a halfway lift. Bend just a little bit into the standing leg so you can take a little bit of a hop to stand all the way up. Again, bringing that left knee into the chest. This time, see if you can grab the outside of your left foot to extend it out in front of you and twist your left arm behind you. Revolved hand to big toe pose. See if you can find some balance, some steadiness, and use the breath to move through the shakes and the shivers. Moving very slowly, intentionally. Keep your twist. See if you can hug that left knee into the chest. Drop the right arm down towards the ground for Ardha Chandrasana. Just a little fun challenge, balance pose. Take one more breath. Step the left foot back. Woo. Right arm reaches up, reverse triangle. Really open, stretch that side body out, make it feel good. And then cartwheel the hands down. Step back into a plank. Take the vinyasa of your choice. To upward facing dog, to downward facing dog. Whew. Take a big breath in, let it out. Again, do that again, but let it out with a little bit of force. deep. Inhale in and out. Good. One more for good measure. In through the nose. Let it out. Beautiful. Gaze in between your hands. Make the way to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up, flat back, arms overhead. Exhale, release. Arms lift up, right knee into the chest. Grab the knee with the left hand, right arm rotates. Gaze behind us, stare at the right thumb. Hands come into prayer, right leg kicks back. Warrior 3, stay strong, stay with me. Deep breath in. Step all the way to the back of your mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, ground down into your lunge. Take a twist over to your left. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Stay. Hook the right elbow onto the left knee, hands into prayer. Twist a little bit further. Really use that knee to help you in this twist. Left hand onto the left hip. Extend the right hand. Gaze down in front of your left foot. See if you can kick that back knee up or back leg up. When you've found your balance, you can extend that left arm to the sky for your revolved half moon. Take a big step back to the back of your mat. Open up wide, star pose. Inhale. Hands to the hips. Fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. Hands to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, ripple up. Exhale, fold. Sweep your right arm to the front, left hand up, easy twist, coming onto the knife edge of the back foot, supported side plank, reach towards the back of the room. Push into that supporting leg, hip up. Good, inhale to drop. Exhale to lift. Inhaling to drop. Exhaling to lift. Stay here, all 10 toes, face forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, pyramid pose, high onto the back toes. Halfway lift. Take a little bit of a hop with the back foot so you can come into standing. Bring the right knee into the chest. See if you can grab the outside of the right foot with the left hand, extending it forward and then rotating the right arm back behind you. Revolved hand to big toe pose. Focusing on the breath. Finding that non-moving point to help with your balance. See if you can hold it just for a little bit longer. Woo. And then for a fun little challenge, keep your twist. Bring the knee into the chest. Left arm reaches towards the mat. Woo. Right arm reaches up. Half moon. Opening the hips, stacking the right hip onto the left. Hold it for just a little bit longer. And then step to the back of your mat. Reverse triangle, stretch the side body out. Oh, take a nice deep breath in. Cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Step back into a plank to take the last vinyasa of your choice. Upward facing dog to downward facing dog. You can come to the toes, drop the knees, sit back onto the heels, walk the fingers out in front of you. Feel the heat that we've built throughout class. See if you can take back control of the breath if it's gotten away from you. Intentionally pacing the breath, letting it slow down, letting your heart rate slow down. Pick up your head, look in between your hands. We're going to come lying down onto our bellies. Sphinx pose. We're going to lift the right hip up, just like when you're in bed, that weird little pose everyone likes to sleep in. And you're going to slowly walk your left arm out from underneath your right, using your right forearm as a pillow. And just letting the hip open with ease. Did a lot of internal movements with the hips and twisting. So now I just want to open them, a little counterbalance. Begin to open the right arm out. Open the chest to the sky. See if you can drop that right scapula, the right shoulder blade to the ground, and gaze in its direction for a supine twist. Letting go of any restriction or any more engagement or contraction, and just letting the body open softly in this pose. You can begin to roll back towards your mat, bring your legs back together, coming back to Sphinx. We'll bring the left knee, the left hip forward, weaving the right arm underneath the left, using our left forearm as a pillow. And taking a couple breaths into this half frog variation. And still staying present with the body and the breath. And taking note of how we feel now compared to when we started class. And begin to circle the left arm over, opening the chest to the sky, seeing if you can drop that left shoulder down to the ground and gaze in its direction. Letting the left leg be heavy in this twist. You can begin to shift your entire back onto the ground, bringing the legs to the sky, and then you can just take a little bit of a shift back onto your mat. We'll bring the knees into the chest, giving yourself a little bit of a hug, thanking yourself for spending time on your body, with your mind, and for your spirit, and thanking yourself for practicing, as well as being thankful for the practice itself. You can grab the feet with the hands and aim the knees into the armpits. Drop the low back to the ground for Ananda Balasana, happy baby. You can straighten one leg and then the other, if that feels good. Might be a little bit tender. Adding any other little customizing or intuitive movement. Good. We'll bring the knees back to the ground, bring the toe mounds together, and then drop the knees out to the side for Supta Baddha Konasana. You can bring the one hand to the belly, one hand to the chest, or both hands to the belly, whatever feels natural. And just take a moment to tune in. and feel where you're at in this moment. Allow the breath to slow down even further. And then you can begin to walk the legs out, the feet wide. The hands can come to the ground. The palms can be up. And give your weight to the floor. And allow yourself to be entranced with the breath, to guide you into a deeper relaxation. And allow yourself this moment of rest. Invite a deep, intentional breath through the nose. Feel the belly, the rib cage, and the chest. And let it out through the chest, the rib cage, the belly. Invite another breath in, bringing in energetic quality back into the body, into the mind. Bringing more aliveness to the breath. Using it to fuel those small movements in small places, like your fingers and your toes, rolling your wrists and your ankles, moving your head from side to side, letting the movements get bigger as the breath gets fuller. You can bring the knees into the chest, give yourself one last squeeze, and roll over to one side, using that bottom arm as a pillow. Taking one more breath here. Noticing. And you can use your top arm to help you sit all the way up. And come into Sukhasana, easy pose. And you can bring the hands into Anjali Mudra for a last time as a sign of respect to you and a sign of respect for your practice. Whenever you're ready, I'd like to take one more big breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Thank you so much for practicing with me here today, and thank you for allowing me to guide you in your practice. I would love to hear how this practice went for you, and I hope that you can take this energy with you throughout your day and the rest of your week. I would love to hear what you think in the comments and what you guys are looking for in flows. If you like this flow, please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.